Hello students, I am Gulshan Makkad and today we will start our new topic eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So suppose we have a square matrix A a scalar lambda and an identity matrix I or the unit matrix which is having the same order as the order of this matrix A. Then the matrix A minus lambda I is known as characteristic matrix. This is known as characteristic matrix, and if we take determinant of this matrix, that is determinant of A minus lambda I, then this is known as characteristic polynomial. And this determinant when equated to 0 is known as characteristic equation. That is, if we are taking determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0, then this equation is known as characteristic equation. So suppose we consider a matrix A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 1 and we are taking another matrix lambda I. So lambda I will be given by lambda times the identity matrix which is given by 1, 0, 0, 1. So this is equal to lambda 0, 0, lambda. Then the matrix A minus lambda I, A minus lambda I will be given by, it is 2 minus lambda, then 3, then 4 and then 1 minus lambda. And if we are taking determinant of this, so it is 2 minus lambda, 3, 4 and 1 minus lambda, and this determinant when equated to 0 gives us the characteristic equation. So we can solve this. So it is what? 2 minus lambda into 1 minus lambda minus 12 is equal to 0, which comes out to be lambda square minus 3 lambda minus 10 is equal to 0. So this equation is known as characteristic equation for this matrix A. So after getting this characteristic equation, we can now define what are eigenvalues. So eigenvalues are nothing but roots of this characteristic equation. As we can observe here, this lambda square minus 3 lambda minus 10 is a quadratic equation and it will have how many roots? 2 roots. So those 2 roots will be known as eigenvalues of the given matrix A. And eigenvalues are also known as characteristic roots or they are also known as latent roots. So in the similar manner, eigenvectors are also known as characteristic vectors and latent vectors. So if we solve this equation, we will be getting lambda is equal to 5 and minus 2. So 5 and minus 2 are nothing but the eigenvalues of the given matrix. Now we can observe here that the sum of these two eigenvalues, which is 5 minus 2, 3, is nothing but the sum of diagonal elements of the matrix A. It is 2 plus 1, 3, which is nothing but trace of a matrix. And the product of these two eigenvalues, that is 5 into minus 2 minus 10, is nothing but the determinant of this matrix A. So you can observe here the determinant of this matrix is 2 minus 12, which is minus 10. So from this we can have these two results. First one is trace of a matrix is nothing but sum of diagonal elements, and then we are getting the two results which are very important from competitive examination point of view. So it is sum of eigenvalues is equal to trace of a matrix, which is nothing but sum of diagonal elements, and product of eigenvalues is determinant of a matrix. So after finding eigenvalues, you can verify that your eigenvalues are correct or not using these two results. Next, we have two more results, which is a shortcut for finding characteristic equation for a 2 by 2 and a 3 by 3 matrix. So as we have seen here, to find this characteristic equation, we had obtained the determinant of A minus lambda I and equated it to 0, which is very lengthy procedure while finding the characteristic equation of a 3 by 3 matrix. But if we are using these two shortcuts, then you can find the characteristic equation within a minute. So we will see here the first result. It is characteristic equation for a 2 by 2 matrix. So it is given by lambda square minus S1 lambda plus determinant of A is equal to 0. Now what is S1 here? S1 is nothing but sum of diagonal elements of A. So you can observe here, this was the characteristic equation. So it is lambda square minus S1. S1 is nothing but 2 plus 1, 3 minus, so it is plus determinant of A, but the determinant was minus 10. So characteristic equation is lambda square minus 3 lambda minus 10 is equal to 0. Similarly, we have a result for finding characteristic equation of a 3 by 3 matrix. So it is given by lambda cube minus S1 lambda square plus S2 lambda minus determinant of A is equal to 0. So where S1 is the same, which is sum of diagonal elements of A, and S2 is sum of minors of diagonal elements of A. So this we will see while solving the examples. By eigenvectors. So eigenvectors are nothing but the non-zero column vectors of the form x1, x2, x3. Suppose we are talking about a matrix of order 3, and if we are taking a matrix of order 2, then we have to take the matrix like this, x1, x2, which satisfies A minus lambda I times x is equal to O. O is nothing but the null matrix. So if this happens, then we will say that this x is an eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue lambda. Then x is an eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue lambda. So here two things are very important. First one, that it should be a non-zero column vector, and second thing, when we are writing this corresponding to eigenvalue lambda, means what? We have to find the eigenvector for each and every eigenvalue lambda. So considering the same example, A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 1, we have obtained the eigenvalues lambda 1 is equal to 5 and lambda 2 is equal to minus 2. So these two are the eigenvalues, and corresponding to these two eigenvalues lambda 1 and lambda 2, now we will require eigenvectors capital X1 and capital X2. So we are starting with the definition of eigenvectors. So let capital X is equal to x1, x2 be an eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue lambda. So it must satisfy this equation, A minus lambda I times x is equal to O. So A minus lambda I we have seen earlier also. So it is 2 minus lambda, 3, 4 and 1 minus lambda into x1, x2 is equal to 0, 0. Now for first eigenvalue lambda 1 is equal to 5. For lambda 1 is equal to 5, what we have to do? We have to put lambda is equal to 5 here. So what we will be getting? 2 minus 5, it is minus 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 0, and 4x1 minus 4x2 is equal to 0. 4x1 minus 4x2 is equal to 0. So if we look at these two equations, so these are nothing but a single equation, which is x1 minus x2 is equal to 0. Okay. So x1 minus x2 is equal to 0. That means now we have two unknowns and only one equation. Then we have a very important note here, that if there are r equations with n unknowns, then we can assign n minus r variable equal to some arbitrary value. That means here we have one equation, that means our r is 1, and n unknowns, that means two unknowns are there. So we can assign 2 minus 1, which is 1 variable equal to some arbitrary value. So suppose we are taking let x2 is equal to 1. So this is our assumption, let x2 is equal to 1. So this will imply x1 is what? It is again 1. So therefore capital X1 is equal to 1, 1 is an eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue lambda 1 is equal to 5. So in the similar manner, we will obtain an eigenvector for lambda 2 is equal to minus 2. So for lambda 2 is equal to minus 2, we can have, it is 2 plus 2 4, x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 0, 4x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 0, and 4x1 again plus 3x2 is equal to 0. So from this again we are getting a single equation, which is what? 4x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 0. So again we have how many equation? Only one equation and two unknowns. So let x2 is equal to minus 4 in this case. Okay. Then this will give us x1 is equal to what? It is 3. Therefore x2 is equal to 3 minus 4 is an eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue lambda 2 is equal to minus 2. So here why we are taking x2 is equal to minus 4 only? Because if we are putting x2 is equal to minus 4 here, then this will be transferred here and x1 will be getting equal to 3. So next we will define what do we mean by a modal matrix and diagonalization of a matrix. So modal matrix is nothing but a matrix obtained by writing all the linearly independent eigenvectors in a single matrix in column form. So that means if we have the eigenvectors for the matrix A as 1, 1 and 3 minus 4, and if we are writing these eigenvectors 1, 1, 3 minus 4 in a single matrix, then this matrix B is known as a modal matrix. So remember that B must contain linearly independent eigenvectors. I have told you that the vectors are said to be linearly independent if one cannot be written as scalar multiple of other. If we can write one vector as a scalar multiple of other, then they are linearly dependent eigenvectors. So after defining modal matrix, we can define what we mean by diagonalization of a matrix. So diagonalization of a matrix D is given by B inverse AB. B inverse AB, where B is nothing but the modal matrix corresponding to the matrix A. So we can obtain here B inverse, then the matrix A we already have, the matrix B we have obtained here. So this will give you a diagonal matrix, the diagonal elements of which are nothing but the eigenvalues of the given matrix. So lambda 1, lambda 2 were the eigenvalues for given matrix A, which were 5 and minus 2. So the diagonalized form of this matrix will be 5, minus 2, 0, 0. So if we are taking the eigenvector corresponding to 5, in the first column you will be getting 5 here, and if you are taking this 1 1 at this place, then you will be getting 5 here. So this is all about the characteristic equation, eigenvalues, eigenvectors, modal matrix and diagonalization of a matrix. In the next video we will see how to find eigenvalues and eigenvectors for a 3 by 3 matrix. Thank you.